Since the launch of pet food worldwide, consumers have been asking questions about companies and who they can trust. The Talk to Us campaign is a campaign to help consumers with this question. What companies are making more species-appropriate foods commercially? Who are these companies? How are they making their foods? Most often, pet foods are made in total secrecy. It's time to lift that veil. The most common way pet owners feed their dog or cat is by going to a pet store where there are dozens or more options of different brands. But what if a company doesn't want to produce on the large scale required to be a brand available in stores across the country? What if the approach is more artisan? Maxota Raw is located in the East Village in downtown San Diego. The area is centered around health, wellness, and food. So the idea of a small batch and as locally sourced as possible pet food isn't too far off of a concept. I went to meet the owners of Maxota Raw to talk about their artisan approach of making fresh pet food.
Hi, my name is Gunnar Williams.
I'm Elisa Wexler.
And we are the owners of Maxota Raw.
When you walk into Urban Wolf, which is where we produce Maxota Raw, you will see a very small retail front, much like a deli or a butcher shop, where you will see a cold refrigerated case with the daily offerings. You will see a frozen case where you can buy prepared foods to keep in your freezer and thaw on your own. And immediately you see our open doorway to our open kitchen.
So this is our kitchen, and as you can see, this is a standard professional kitchen. It's a one-room kitchen. We do every aspect of our production in this room.
We operate like a restaurant in terms of the size of our kitchen, our safety rules, our sanitary rules. The way we can source every ingredient is much like a chef.
Here we are in the organic room at Specialty Produce, where we buy all our organic produce. Organic Gala apples, California carrots, organic celery, California kale, organic blueberries, as local as possible. So these are from Oregon.
Personally, we only eat in restaurants that have an open kitchen, and we run our business the same way. Our clients are able to walk right in and directly look in our kitchen. There's no door closing it off. You can stand there all day if you like and watch us make the food. When our foods are prepared, Gunnar operates more like a chef. We're not trying to give dogs a human palate. We are treating a species-appropriate recipe with the skills that you would use in a human kitchen.
So what we have here is a full intact New Zealand venison neck. So what we do is we break this down through a couple different steps, and then you're left with this beautiful grind. Very healthful, very fresh, and the bone content of the product is no larger than 3/16 of an inch. So cats, small dogs, no problem. My interest in health and wellness stems from when I was a kid. I just felt that everything you put in your mouth had some sort of effect on your physical being. I wanted to learn as much as possible about nutrition, so I chose nutrition as a major at the University of Arizona. The food channel just started. I wanted to be a professional chef. It seemed like a very cool thing to do. My previous dogs, Max and Dakota, Max developed a skin allergy, and it was such a bad allergy that I couldn't figure out how to clear it up. I was lucky enough to have an integrative vet back then. He introduced the idea of switching my dog Max's diet to raw.
We were living right outside of New York City and assumed we would find a local raw provider, and we couldn't find one. We were surprised, but there were none. So we decided to do some research and develop our own food for our dogs. One of the organs that we include in our recipe is liver. We also add heart.
This is venison liver. This is part of the venison formula that we make, in addition to the neck grind and the heart grind. So what we have here are all the fruits and vegetables and micronutrients, which all come from whole food sources, all pureed, ready to be added to our meat grinds. Our tray is fed an organic feed, so it is as wholesome as possible. It comes from Hollister, California. It is our other organ meat in addition to liver. And on our poultry we use the liver and the gizzards. So we try to include as much organ meat, depending on whether it's mammal or poultry, to the best of our ability. So as you see, there's minimal equipment being used. Everything's whole food nutrition here, and there's no supplements, there's no preservatives. The preservative is freezing it immediately after we make it, and that's it.
This is a standard 30-quart mixer. You'll see it in bakeries, pizza places, anywhere where you want a large quantity mixed, and it will hold a 50 to 60 pound batch, and that's it. And that is what we use to mix our batches in its entirety. So the largest a batch ever is 60 pounds.
So what we're doing is we're combining everything to evenly distribute the fruits, the vegetables, the micronutrients, and the meats. We wanted to get as an even mixture as possible, and this machine does that.
So we keep a recipe checklist for every single batch. Whether I'm making it or Gunnar is making it, we check off every single ingredient that goes in, and it also has a batch number. Every single protein has its own batch number. Every batch has its own batch number. So it correlates between the actual recipe checklist and, let me show you my batch log, where every single batch we make is recorded. So once our products are frozen, this is our retail freezer. So anyone can come into our retail part of our shop and purchase right out of the case. So this is some of our products. This is what they look like. We've got our frozen organic raw goat's milk, our organic raw goat's milk frozen yogurt. We've got fresh cut marrow bones, organic grass-fed beef. We also make snacks such as our wolf cookies, which is all meat, bone, and yogurt. We have duck chips, chicken chips, all kinds of frozen raw meat and bone products. No matter what the future holds for us, personally and business-wise, this is our focus. This is what will remain. The way we do it is why. So the way we do it cannot change. It will never change. Maybe in multiples, but this small batch way of doing things and hand-picking ingredients, hand sourcing, researching for ourselves, not using computer programs, not farming it out to other professionals. We are the professionals, we do the research, and in good conscience we make sure that the decisions that we make are decisions we can live with and that we can feed our dogs. I can't live without that.